It's time once again for your update from the city of New Hope. Happy to be joined once again by the mayor, Kathi Hemken. Hello, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, Dave. Looks like summer's over.
Yes, a little snow, but I understand you're still going to give golfing one more try at the New Hope Village Golf Course.
I am. I'm going to try it on Tuesday.
All right, good for you. We hope the weather cooperates. We have a number of things to touch on today. Let's begin with the Blue Line Coalition, some meetings that have been happening. You wanted to give residents a little update. Where is this discussion right now?
Well, the Blue Line is actually part of light rail. And anytime they do a project like this, it takes years to have it actually come to fruition. So they're calling it the Blue Line. It'll come out of Target Center downtown in Minneapolis. They're not sure about the alignment yet, but it'll end up in Brooklyn Park by the Target Center out there. So they're in the process of doing that. You'll hear and see things. It doesn't come through New Hope. It just comes right on the corner of that on 63rd. But you'll be seeing things about the Blue Line Coalition or about the Blue Line light rail. I just want people to know what it is and that it isn't coming through New Hope, but it will affect New Hope because we'll be using it.
All right, we'll pass along more information as it becomes available. West Metro Fire Rescue District, they have a grant that they're looking at. Tell us a little bit more about the SAFER grant and all that involves.
Well, we applied for this grant called SAFER, or we're going to apply for it. And what it involves is hiring 3 firefighters who would be working basically as support staff, not necessarily firefighters. And so the SAFER grant would pay their salaries for 3 years. Well, part of that is these 3 people also have to have office space. They have to have uniforms. They have to have the hiring process. And West Metro will pick up half of that cost, and the cities will pick up the other half. So it comes to like $30,000. That's the city's portion for 3 years. It's about $15,000 a year or something like that. It varies. But then after the 3 years, we'll be paying for that for the 3 fire people that they're hiring. Now the cities, both Crystal and New Hope, are talking about that at their council meetings or their work sessions this week. Mm-hmm. And we need a consensus from our council. We will then tell the board our consensus, what it is, whether we want them to apply or not. And then the board members will actually take the vote. So the city council members don't take that vote. We just agree to support the people that we have on that board, and they will be taking that vote. So stick around for more of that and what's happening on that.
Very good. Let's move to community development. A number of things happening in the city, and the first is right across the street from City Hall. A lot of activity at Hyvee. What is going on there? What's all this digging in the ground?
Well, the 1,200 square foot canopy, basically, for online pickup. So you call in, or you go on the computer, order your groceries. They give you time. You drive up. They put them in your car. Well, I thought it was just going to be a canopy, but apparently it has footings. So there seems to be a lot of digging going on. They're telling me they'll have something done by the end of the year, hopefully before that. But we'll let you know how that's going as it proceeds on.
Another group that the community development folks deal with a lot is the Planning Commission. And you wanted to mention that there's a need for some volunteer people to help out on that commission. Who are you looking for, and what would the job be that they would do?
Well, the Planning Commission consists of volunteers, and they meet once a month on the first Tuesday of the month. And then they have a subcommittee meeting, either codes and standards or design and review. So probably 1 hour a month on the meeting and maybe an hour on the subcommittee. We want people to apply. We need 5 at the moment because some don't want to be appointed next year. Some are just simply leaving town. A couple got jobs and they can't do that anymore. So the meetings are on Tuesday nights, and they can get an application online, or they can get an application by going into City Hall, just filling it out. And then what happens is they'll get interviewed by the council and get an appointment to either that commission or one of the other commissions that we're looking for people. So if you want to be part of what's happening in the city, in the building department, apply for the Planning Commission.
Very good. You see the city's website, bottom of the screen, newhopemn.gov. That's where you can find that application information. Monthly single family conversions to rental. You wanted to give residents an update on a number that you follow on a regular basis. What's the latest information?
So sometimes a single family an owner of a single family home will turn their home into a rental. And then sometimes they turn the rentals back into single family homes. So far in 2021, 21 homes have gone from single family to rentals, and 15 have gone from rentals back to single families. So this process keeps going on. Once it becomes a rental, though, the city has them get a rental license so we can inspect the property, make sure that it's suitable to be rented. So this process keeps going on. But I just wanted people to know that sometimes these rentals go back to single family homes.
All right. Business Networking Group. Let's talk about that group, who they are, and their next meeting is coming up rather quickly here, early December. Who is this group?
December 1st. It's all businesses that are in New Hope or just an interested resident can come to. It's going to be at 8:30 in the morning at Opus Music Center, and that's on the south side of 36th and about Hillsborough, where Comfort Dental is. Okay. So everyone's welcome. A lot of good information gets passed around, not only from the people that come and the businesses they have, but you get some city information too.
And it looks like that group meets about once a month early in each month. So look for information coming up for January and February as well. To the police department, we wanted to mention a little bit about the Crime Prevention Fund. Again, what is that fund and how can residents help out with that? And where's the money used?
Well, that's a bunch of volunteers, and they meet once every other month. They just sent out letters asking for money, a fundraising letter, and that money goes to fund like the safety camp, National Night Out, Shop with a Cop, Coffee with a Cop, the Canine. It's all used in New Hope, but it's used for things that help bring the community together and to make it safer.
Very good.
So if you get the letter and you feel the need, please send a donation of some sort.
And my guess would be if people didn't get that letter, they could contact again the city hall and the police department and get on that list, correct?
Yes, of course.
Very good. One other item we wanted to mention, something you might be hearing more about in the future, is the JCPP. What is this and how is New Hope going to be getting involved?
Joint Community Policing something.
Partnership, no. I think.
Partnership. Thank you. Thank you. It's the Robbinsdale, New Hope, and Crystal, and Hennepin County is supporting this. And so these three cities are doing this joint policing. The cities are so interconnected, and a lot of times our police officers will go to Crystal, Crystals will come to us. We just kind of trade places wherever the nearest police officer is. So this coalition is being started. They're just getting underway, and we're looking forward to doing that.
Let's move to Park and Rec. A few things happening there. The first is we've got snow on the ground, which means ice out on the rinks can't be far behind, and you need some people to help out at those rinks. Who are you looking for?
We're looking for warming house attendants. Okay. It's a part-time job, and mostly it's in the evenings. And basically you're inside, you're not out on the ice, but you're inside, just kind of keeping things under control in the warming houses. So, and it's a paid position. We're looking for kids or for people that just are looking for a little part-time job. That would be a good one.
Very good. City's website again, newhopemn.gov, the place to find out ways to apply for that position. We mentioned the golf course at the very beginning that you're going to get out and try it one more time, but not much more regular golf. Well, we've got a date set already for winter golf. What is this and when is it?
Well, it's supposed to be January 28th.
Okay.
And I don't know a whole lot about it, but you'll be using a bigger ball, not a golf ball, a bigger, I imagine like a tennis ball. And I'm not sure you're going to use your own clubs or not. We're not really sure if it's going to be on the course or on the lake, but all these unknowns, but I do know that they are going to try to do that. It'll be $10, and then there'll be snacks and hot chocolate to go into the clubhouse afterwards. If nothing else, it should be silly and fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. It sounds pretty good. So more information to come as we get more details. Well, you might have seen one of these in your mailbox recently. This is the In Motion. Mayor, tell us about all of the great information inside this.
Well, in there, you'll find the thing on the winter golf.
Okay.
You'll find something on the movies, all the classes. They have classes for little people. They have classes for teens. They have classes for adults. The defensive driving is explained in there. Not only are the classes explained, but the prices of the classes. and the dates, things like Don't It Make You Wonder where that's going to be, how much it'll cost, what the topic is going to be. So if you got that, keep that, because it's really going to be informational all the way into spring of next year. If you did not get it and you want one, there's plenty at City Hall. You can go pick one up, or you can call and they'll just send one out to you.
Very good. All right. Very handy information. And you're right. The winter golf is in here. So I'll have to read that after we're done here to find more about the golfing experience. The city services survey results are in. How is that tabulation going? What do we know so far?
Well, what we know is people are pretty satisfied. They went down a little bit on how they felt, how safe they felt, but we think that's a lot of because of what's been going on this last year. Real positive comments about our roads and how they're looking better. Always positive comments about the snow plowing. There's garbage cans left out and there's junk in the front yards and things like that. We really need to know that, and we really appreciate people telling us that. They don't need the city survey to tell us that. They can simply call, but we really do depend on citizens to tell us when there's a problem in the neighborhood. We never tell the person's name. We just go out with an inspector and see if we can't get that taken care of. Just because there's a garbage can out doesn't mean they're going to get a fine. They might just get a notice that says, did you know you need to put your garbage can away? So it's really helpful if we can get that information from our residents.
All right, and as more results come in from the survey, we'll pass those along to you. In Focus Photo Contest, just a few more days to vote for your favorite. How can people do that?
Well, if you haven't seen the photos, you should. They're just amazing. They've got until the end of this week, till the 19th of November. They can vote online or they can go into City Hall and vote. We ask that you only vote once. It's the People's Choice Award. The awards will be given to by a bunch of professionals who are looking at the photos. They'll have awards for those, but this People's Choice Award is just from citizens and what they think is the nicest picture.
Very fun. Yeah, head to the city's website to do that. All right, get your calendars out. We have a couple dates to pass along to you, some things you might want to get to. The first is November 20th. You have a town hall meeting coming up. Where, when, and who are the speakers?
So Ann Rest, the senator, and the two representatives, Cedric Frazier and Mike Freiberg, will have a town hall meeting at Crystal Community Center from 10 to 11:30 on Saturday. There's a lot of good information. You're allowed to ask questions, give comments. They want to hear from you.
Next date and time is December 6th at 7 p.m. The city budget process will be finally coming to a close. What happens on that night in December?
Well, we'll be presenting the budget to the public on that night. So if you can watch online if you'd like, or you can come in and see the presentation. Basically, it's just where the money's going, where it's coming from, how much it is, where we're spending it, what we're doing with it. So the budgets are all there. And then after that presentation, it'll go online.
Another date to remember as you're planning your holidays between Christmas and New Year's. Here's something you might want to get in your schedule for December 28th, a chance for some fun at the ice arena. What is happening that day?
Well, this is another one of those fun things that recently they've started doing. So it's going to be an open skate and a movie. So the open skate starts at noon. It's $4 to skate. And then at 1:30, Space Jam 2, a movie will be shown on a big screen. So you can sit in the bleachers and watch the movie. And the movie is free, by the way.
Very fun. All right. Great chance for residents to get out. Final note, speaking of getting out, we encourage you to stop by the City Hall because it is time once again for the toy and coat drive. How is that going?
Well, so the police department puts this on. We're looking for new toys. Please don't wrap them because, if you wrap them, we don't know what age they're for. And so all these toys will go to either Prism or to Near, depending on where they're taking them. They're also having a coat drive. So if you've got a slightly used coat that you either don't like anymore or it's time for you to get rid of it, you can bring it to the police department and they'll have them cleaned and they'll make sure they get to somebody that needs a nice warm coat this winter.
And I believe in the past, the city has also had a food drive in conjunction with those as well. Is that happening again this year as well at the government center?
It absolutely is non-perishable. Don't bring fresh broccoli. It isn't going to make it.
Got it. So, those canned goods are always helpful.
Canned goods, boxed goods, they're always good. And of course, a check is always good too.
Very, very nice. All right. And a lot of information passed along today. Go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov, to find out more about those drives and other things that are happening in the city. Mayor, thanks once again for your time, and we look forward to talking to you again next week.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Learn more about The Connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.